Welcome everyone to Ballet Bites. Today we're diving into that magical, sometimes nerve-wracking world of your first ballet class, where every plié is full of promise, right?
Absolutely, it's all about turning those new class jitters into joyful jumps. So, what should a beginner really know before stepping into the studio?
Well, let's kick off with the barre. Picture this. The barre is not just a warm-up rail, it's like your personal safety net. Clutching on tightly as you find your balance and your breath. Its role goes far beyond holding you up physically.
And it's fascinating, right? Studies have shown that those little isometric holds at the barre, they actually train like micro-muscle engagement right from the get-go.
Exactly. In fact, a Marie Claire report pointed out that when beginners cling to the barre, they're not just securing themselves, they're developing balance and even boosting confidence. It's like each plié gives a mini win, and by the time you pivot to the center floor, you're already thinking, I got this.
Right, and that move from reliance on the barre to freestanding dancing is such a symbolic, empowering moment. But here's a thought. Don't you sometimes wonder if too much reliance on the barre might limit your natural movement?
That's a valid concern. It's like training wheels. You need them initially, but then you're encouraged to let go. Once the instructor senses you're more confident, they invite you off the barre. It's all about that gradual transition to freedom.
And it's cool how that safety net slowly transforms into a stepping stone. Now let's talk about what to wear. The big debate of, do you really need a leotard and pink tights on day one, right?
Oh yeah, that's a hot one. So check this out. The traditional leotard isn't the only option anymore. TikTok's been lighting it up with the ballet fit trend, showing all sorts of fits like leggings, ribbed tank tops, and even crop hoodies.
Indeed.
This shift reflects a broader definition of comfort.
Exactly. It's about clothing that moves with you. So while you still want to keep those lines visible for critiques, you want something that lets you not feel like you're trapped in costume.
Yeah, some studios have started accepting fitted athletic wear because it shows your body alignment without the pressure of a full corset look. Think of it like a modern upgrade. You're comfy yet elegant. A great blend of function and fashion.
And it's interesting to note that sales of ballet core dancewear have jumped by 35% since January. That pretty much shows how today's dancer really values comfort without compromising style.
Right on. It's all about feeling good in your skin so you can focus on that first joyful plié. No wardrobe anxiety allowed because the center stage is, your moment to shine.
Now, moving on to mindset, what about the dreaded perfection over joy trap? Are we finally shifting gears in the ballet world?
Oh, definitely. Research, like that deep dive from Ballet Box in March, points out that perfectionism is the top dropout trigger for adult beginners. The new mantra, celebrate every small win. It's about progress logs over correction chains.
Yeah, and I love that concept. Instead of pointing out every flaw, teachers now ask, what felt better today than last week? It's like, instead of ramming in critique, you're gently nudged to notice improvements.
Exactly. That mindset is a game changer. Neuroscience even backs it up. Celebrating tiny victories boosts dopamine levels. It's like your brain is saying, yes, you nailed it, and that wiring makes the next step come quicker. It transforms ballet from a fear-based art to a joyful, progressive journey.
I agree, but don't you think sometimes this approach might risk, not holding learners accountable enough for technique?
Sure, that's a fair challenge. While celebrating wins is key, there must be a balance. If you go too soft on corrections, you might reinforce bad habits. The trick is to reframe feedback into curiosity rather than punishment. So it's supportive yet still constructive. The aim is sustainable joy, not complacency.
Right, striking that balance is key to long-term growth. Now, our final act, the mysterious tradition of reverence. Should it stick or should we kick it out?
Reverence, the final bow. This is one of those topics that really sparks debate. Some say it's an essential nod of gratitude to the pianist, the studio, the tradition itself. Others find it a bit extra, especially after a long day.
Yep, very true. I saw a heated thread on Reddit the other day where someone complained that individual bows just eat up cool-down time after a 12-hour shift.
And on the flip side, many teachers see it as a ritual, a way to say thank you and to close the session on a mindful note. It's like a mental pause before you rush off into your day. Some
Yeah, that's a
studios
neat
have
idea.
even innovated with group salutes or quick curtsies to keep it short and sweet.
So then, how do you go all in with reverence or just skip it?
My tip is to see it as mindfulness. Even a brief bow or collective clap can signal the end of a session and help seal the positive energy built during class. It doesn't have to be lengthy. A little gesture goes a long way.
Agreed. And that sentiment really ties the whole experience together. From using the barre to boost confidence, picking wearable comfort, celebrating progress over perfection, and rounding off with mindful reverence.
If we do a rapid-fire recap, the barre is your initial anchor, upholding micro-muscle training and confidence. Your outfit should let you move without straining for style. Celebrating every tiny win turns practice into pure joy. And a respectful, mindful closure in the form of a bow keeps tradition alive without lingering fatigue.
Exactly. Now, thinking of your first class, imagine that moment when you're just stepping into the studio. Everyone starts somewhere. Even if you mispronounce tendu or tie your drawstrings a bit too tight, it's all part of the journey.
Absolutely. And it's like every dancer there once faced the same nerves. Embracing the initial awkwardness makes the learning curve a little less steep and a lot more fun.
Right, isn't it exciting? Yep, there's a beautiful irony. What looks like clumsiness at first soon transforms into grace with time and practice. I mean, it's almost like funhouse mirrors. Distorted at first, but then you start to see the true, elegant reflection.
Exactly. And it's those small triumphs, like finally holding your head high during a plié or nailing that tipping balance, that accumulate into solid skill. It's like you're building your own confidence piece by piece.
I love that imagery. I also find it cool that, in today's class, wearing comfortable yet appropriately fitted clothing means you can shake off those costume anxieties. It really lets you focus on your form.
For sure, the idea is to wear what makes you feel both authentic and agile. That way, every stretch and every step feels less like performance under scrutiny and more like a personal dance of discovery.
And speaking of discovery, there's always that moment when you step away from the barre and realize that maybe, just maybe, you're not as wobbly as you thought.
Yeah, it's like, the barre is both your safety net and your launch pad. The transition to the center floor is the moment your brain is finally convinced of your own potential.
Yep, that's the breakthrough. But if we're being real, sometimes those breakthroughs come with a few stumbles, and that's okay. Part of embracing ballet is sometimes laughing at your own missteps, right?
Definitely. It's crucial to see every little stumble as a sign that you're trying, learning, and just getting better. Even if it feels like you're fumbling your first steps, the dance.
I mean, picture it like this. Every misstep is a quirky footnote in your ballet journey. And those little notes, they add character to your story.
Precisely. And as we wrap up today's deep dive, remember that the modern ballet class isn't about firing perfection at you. It's about igniting your joy. The techniques and the traditions, they're there to guide you while keeping the experience genuine and uplifting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for anyone tuning in before their very first class, step in, hold that barre, be comfy in your gear, celebrate every tiny victory, and finish with a mindful bow. It's an invitation not just to dance, but to remember that joy comes from the journey.
Exactly. Remember, everyone once felt those new class jitters. Now it's your turn to turn them into proud, graceful pirouettes. Keep playing with pride and embrace every step along the way.
That's the spirit. And with that, we're wrapping up today's Ballet Bites. Thanks for joining our deep dive. Till next time, keep dancing and keep the joy alive.